Alrighty, what's up? So, a lot of you have seen the Legacy of the Arcanist Heroic Leap Thunderstorm build on YouTube. If you haven't, go check it out. This is the build guide for that video. We'll just do it real quick. It's in the Architect. You have to be level 70 to see it. If you go to Archetypes, All Builds, type in Dirty Potions. You will see it here at the bottom, LOA Heroic Leap T-Storm. And I'm going to show all of my talents just because some people like to play these things during a prestige and you can't see it if you're not 70 in the Architect. So I'll just stay a few seconds on these tabs. You can see what we're doing. And then I will explain how it works. I take Guardian Spirit. Okay, so for the gear, we are mostly the chain spell power crit set. That's what you want to focus on, is spell power and crit. I even have crit on my procs on these from my previous build. I just left them on and it's not bad because you can heroic leap in and they'll both proc and you'll get, you know, like 9 or 10% crit, which is nice. So that's the gear. For the macros, this is the main heroic leap macro. Now you can also put destruction potion and arcane power in these. Well, it is in here, but for some reason sometimes the destruction potion or the arcane power won't work, so I just kind of left them down here. For one, I can see when they're coming up, and two, I just click them before I go in for my burst to make sure they fucking go off, because I swear to God, sometimes you'll leap in and some of these things just don't go off. I don't understand. For T-Storm, that's the T-Storm macro. And again, I have use 13 on both of these because just sometimes my trinket just doesn't go off. And when you're not heroic leaping and T-Storming into a pack, for your burst, you're just using a simple cast sequence reset. That's what I do. Fire Blast, Arcane Barrage, Ice Lance, Earth Shock. So, always use a Spell Power Intellect Food, Damage Wraps, Spell Power Intellect Flask, Dual Flame Tongue. Throw down your Totem as well, because you want Spell Power on this build. You get quite a bit of Spell Power. 4% hit. Okay. So how the build works, go for the Mystic Enchants, Legacy of the Arcanist, because we're doing damage to cause down meteors. Fire Heroic Leap, your leap does fire damage, and it used to also cause a fire meteor to trigger from the LOA, but now it doesn't, but it's still needed for the spec. This one, it makes your Heroic Leap also call down a Blizzard, and that Blizzard does do frost damage, and it does call down a frost meteor when you do that. Cloud Burst makes your Thunderstorm 100% more damage, but it has a 2-second cast time, so to get around that, we use Nature Swiftness, and we run 3 Hasty Nature Swiftness, so get it at the same cooldown as Heroic Leap. So these are always up at the same time. Lunar Guidance for spell power, Elemental Weapons for spell power, a little bit more damage on Powerful Thunderstorm, crit for dual wield. I'd use precision for some hit. And let me show you how the build works. So, okay, so how the build works really quick. When you're not doing your burst, you are just running around doing your cast sequence macro for your 4 elements to drop basic meteors. That's it. That's all you're doing. And when you're ready to burst, what you'll do is you'll click all these buttons or macro it in, and you'll get heroic leap, hit Dragon's Breath, you'll hit Thunderstorm, you'll hit Arcane Orb, you'll hit Frozen Orb. By that time, usually impact is up and fire is ready to be reset, so you can just start doing your normal rotation again. And as you can see, the damage breakdown. So when you heroic leap, you're doing damage with leap, and that causes you to do damage with fiery impact. That also causes you to spawn a blizzard, which brings down a frost meteor. Then you're hitting thunderstorm, which is going to cause a nature meteor, obviously. Then you're throwing out arcane orb, and usually you'll be able to get off a second arcane meteor with the orb or with starfall. Then you're throwing frozen orb out, which is going to cause another frost meteor as well during this burst. And you got your damage from your trinket as well. It's just a lot of damage all at once. It can put some good pressure on people, and it can kill almost anybody if they're, you know, half health or less. It's really good executing people for that. One thing you'll notice with this build is I don't have really any utilities or defenses or any of that shit. Everything I did is into the damage. Literally everything. I only took Guardian Spirit because I just had an extra legendary gem left over. But you'll get a little bit of slow with Heroic Leap. You'll get a Disorient with Dragon's Breath, a little bit of a knockback with T-Storm, and slows with Orb, and Impact Stun will come up every now and then, so your Fire Blast could stun people. But that's really it. Outside of the burst, you're just kind of playing with the group and throwing down your instant casts, and that's it. It's a YOLO build, you know. You leap in, you try to kill somebody. If it doesn't work, you usually just die, and then you spawn again, and you keep doing that. It's not your typical meta build. So